Also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broken. No, I don't want your number, no. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. I'm hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Me, but his beef is kinda weak, and I know that he cannot approach me. Cause I'm looking like that, and it's looking like that. Can't get with a deadly ass. No, I don't want your number, no. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
Hey. We coming with the shits already. You know they mad. Oh, they coming with those scrubs.
Okay, let me tell you, the men have been in their feelings since that song first came out. Okay,
they be all right.
It ain't been the same. What's good, girl? You look good tonight.
Girl, I told you when we talked earlier. Listen, but thank you. It was a long work day. Today was a long day at work, for real. It was a long ass day. But I'm here. It was a good day, don't get me wrong, but it was just long. It was just long. Okay. But how you doing? Cause you looking good.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I feel good. I'm glad to be back another week. Everything is, copacetic with me, so I don't have nothing to complain about. So I feel great.
Yay! So we all in a good place right now.
Yeah. I hope everybody watching this also feels the same. Welcome to another episode of Let's Keep It 100.
Yes. I'm just Jackie.
And my beautiful co-host, Miss Jackie.
I ain't nasty. Unless you want me to be.
Well, that ain't what I heard.
Well, somebody told us. Somebody told you wrong. Nah. But shout out to everybody who is watching, who will be joining. Make sure you give us these hearts on the Periscope Live. Make sure you retweet. Make sure you share on Periscope, Twitter, Facebook. I hope we're on Facebook. Shout out to the YouTubers who's watching in YouTube land, okay? Hey, I'm looking at something real quick.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. As Jackie said, I can't talk. Whatever platform you're watching this on, please go ahead and share it.
Yeah.
Also, it's meant to be an interactive webcast. So please, drop your comments in whatever we're talking about or whatever you guys are feeling tonight.
Hello.
Welcome to everybody that has tuned in. So Jackie, let's start off with Versus.
Oh yeah.
And the last one that we just watched was Ludacris and Nelly.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. Mm-hmm. Nelly didn't win, but Nelly won. Did you see Nelly?
Nelly was getting his whole life. He didn't give a damn. Look, hold on. Somebody, hey, I cannot read it. Electric Podcast. I hope I said it right, but thanks for joining and tuning in. Share the broadcast. But listen, Nelly got his whole ass life. Nelly ain't care what Luda played. He was like, this my shit. Hold on. Nelly played the song. Nelly was getting his whole life. Nelly had his cup and shit. Nelly the screen was freezing. Nelly was still getting his life. So he won. I ain't watched the whole thing, but what I did see, Nelly got his whole ass life. Whole life. Shout out to Nelly.
So Nelly's mood, Nelly was the mood for me. Nelly set the mood for me because I think he was just happy to be there. He was just happy to be there. I think that he appreciated all the love that he was getting from Luda and obviously all the love that he was getting from the people that was tuning into the feed.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched it, yes, he did have a lot of Wi-Fi trouble. So
Yeah.
that took away from that did take away from the experience, because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of the songs that we know and love from Nelly
Mm.
um, would have been able to like hit a little bit different
Yeah.
had he not had the Wi-Fi issues.
But you know,
Um,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but you know what was crazy though? Electric said Nelly wanted to dance off. Facts. Nelly whole life. But I was in there when they first was on, they was pretty much on time. You know, Nelly probably popped
yeah.
in about 15 minutes after 7 or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
Wi-Fi janky, whatever, whatever. It was janky for a minute, for at least the first 30 minutes or more or so. And I saw Timberland and Swiss in the comments, and then even Luda said it like, "Hey, we're gonna chalk it up and we're gonna reschedule." So that's when I just closed out and ain't even come
Right.
back. I'm on Twitter, like I said, they still tweeting about this shit. So I was like,
Yeah, I
oh,
think.
I said, oh, they still live, but I guess they made it work.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think a
think
lot of
Nelly
people
wanted to quit.
actually.
Nelly didn't want to quit.
No, no. And I think a lot of people tuned out like after that, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what it made it seem like. They made it seem like they was about to reschedule and come back
Mm-hmm.
another time. But they end up just like Luda held it down for like maybe 10 minutes or so,
Mm-hmm.
there by himself, and then Nelly came on. And don't forget, Luda does have like a little bit of background in like radio
Yeah,
hosting.
so he knows how to keep
So
the.
I feel like that's why he was able to like keep it going and not get like, off track. And he kept like the mood, you know what I mean? It kept us like there and aware and like still into him and stuff, because I believe it was because he has that background.
Yeah.
But he was like smooth throughout. Like he was just like smooth, like he wasn't worried about nothing. He knew he had his hits. He was happy to be there too. He had, he had his afro.
Dude, if the nigga had a
It
beard, he
was
would have been
good.
like this the whole time.
Right. It was good. It was a fun time to be had. I love hearing all the hits that from the 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
that we love so much. I think that some of them didn't age well,
Mm.
but I think that that's okay. I think that we're just supposed to love and relish the songs in their catalog that we know and love. So
Exactly.
I really, really enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed that one with
Me
them.
too. And I had no clue that they both were celebrating the same anniversary of when their albums dropped.
Right. Because it did. No, I think Luda came out first.
Yeah, Luda came out first, then Nelly came, but I had no clue that they both came in the same year and they both were celebrating 20 years together. So that was dope too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. I really enjoyed that. I have to say I am getting a little bit tired of the Versus series. Not so much so of like the battle part of it, but definitely I'm getting tired of the technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think that it was all Nelly's fault. I know he was
Nah.
saying that his Wi-Fi was out, and although that may have been a factor, the technical difficulties were also a factor in other verses.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's a thing with Instagram and not necessarily with that person.
But
And I
everybody,
feel like it's something about the interface. It's something about when you try to bring two people on that messes things up. And I feel like they haven't really figured that out yet with that magnitude of people
I
on
don't.
the feed.
Well, I think Nelly's was more weather related, but even when I have a storm here, my internet's still popping. You know what I'm saying? So, but word on the
Yes.
street is everybody gets a packet. You're supposed to read it. You're supposed to test your Wi-Fi, all this stuff before the verses goes down. So I don't know if Nelly tested it or did whatever, but they did what they can do. But I want to say hi to 3R Show and the Johnny Feck, and I want to whoever else popped in the feed. Thank you for joining. Share the broadcast.
Thank you. Hey guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. If there's anything that you guys want me and Jackie to touch on tonight, let us know in the
But
comments.
I'm tired of the verses too. And let's be clear, a part of me is tired of it because we did our own verses, and I feel like our verses did justice. And I feel like Swiss Beats and Timberland need to go take some notes from Let's Keep It 100. And I really feel like they did, because all of a sudden people were saying Missy and Busta. You know what I'm saying? But Missy with her beautiful, gracious self. Shout out to VA. Two up, two down. She said she don't want to go against Busta. That's her twin, her spirit. Like,
Yeah.
nah.
So let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about, if you guys don't know, Jackie and I did our own version of Versus last week Wednesday on IG. You can go to my IG, IGTV, to look at the replay. My IG is ms_Nicole Banks. And so we had a plethora of different artists that we wanted to celebrate. So, we had Mary and Tony. We had Kaya and Trina. We had, like Jackie's, technically Kaya and Trina.
Okay.
Like Jackie said, we had Busta and Missy. Missy. We had
Jay-Z and
Snoop
DMX.
and Jay-Z and DMX. We had a lot. We had Usher and Justin Timberlake, Keisha Cole and Ashanti. And it was really fun. So basically what Jackie and I did was just pick like 3 songs from each artist, and we put them up against each other. And I had a really, really good time. I think folks that tuned in to it had a really good time.
I had a good time. I had a great time. So Jay-Z and DMX, Mary J and Tony, and I want to say Monica and Faith were like probably my top 3. But no, Ja Rule and
50 Cent.
Yeah, 50 Cent. That was probably in my top. Yeah, the top ones I really enjoyed. So I did my best with with old girl. What's her name?
Kaya.
No.
Who?
Nikki. I did my best with Nikki.
Oh.
I did my best.
You say that, but I don't know if you really tried on that.
But here's the thing, I'm not into her catalog. So when you played Little Kim, I was like, what does she really don't have nothing to go to combat against Little Kim by herself.
Right.
Like by herself. Everything was, she had features with other artists and stuff up there, And then her solo stuff couldn't compete with Lil Kim, so.
No, it couldn't. And I think we asked, at this point in Nicki's career, has she had as many hits as Lil Kim? And I feel like she has a lot of big features. I'm not the biggest Nicki Minaj fan, never have been. So maybe I'm not the right person to say that or speak on that. But I don't feel like solo, just her song, she's had as many hits as Lil Kim has had.
No, and I would say Nicki has had more hits than Lil Kim, but Nicki crossed over. Lil Kim is straight hip hop, R&B, rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nicki she's crossed over to pop, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but whatever. Anyway, here nor there. Go check out Miss_Nicole Banks IG if you want to see the verses.
Yes, please do. That was a lot of fun. So, all right. So let's get into our first topic. So, Jackie, I can't see the comments. So if there's any, just let me know.
Okay. All right.
So I have been doing. I did my second collaboration with BJ at the Subject Change. If you guys haven't already, please go and check that out. It was a really, really good conversation between myself and BJ. He's a friend of mine, so he's able to get me to kind of open up a little bit more than I normally do with other people. But it was a really good conversation. We were talking about dating and how, finances and romance kind of don't mix. The title of the episode was "Love and Poverty Don't Mix," and we talked about a few things.
Wait, what's your Twitter name? Please put that in there. No romance without finance, or something like, what is it?
No romance without finance. So you guys, I'm a little bit older, so that was like a song when I was a young girl. I can't remember the name of the artist, but you guys know how or should know have heard it before. No romance without finance. You gotta have a job if you want to be with me. Nothing from nothing leads to nothing. You gotta have something if you want to be with me. Right. Life is too serious. Love is too a fly girl like me needs security. Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
Got to have a J-O-B if you wanna
If you want to
be
be
with
with me.
me.
Hey. So from that conversation, we both got feedback. And a lot of the feedback I got was because, well, it was on the topic of dating, like when you don't have everything together.
Mm.
Dating when you don't have everything together. And that could be male or female. It's not just, one that I'm talking about here. Um, in my opinion, I feel like Black women are under a separate kind of pressure when it comes to like our requirements in dating. I feel like some of the things that, other women from other races, nationalities, cultures, or whatever require that we also require, for them, it's kind of normal.
Mm.
But for us, I feel like there's a pressure for us to kind of like either date down or kind of lower our standards or just be like more willing to date, guys that maybe don't have their shit together, as we say.
Mm.
I feel like it's the norm for like Black women to be told, your standards are too high, or you're looking for somebody that has money, but a lot of Black men don't really have money like that,
Mm.
or you're a gold digger, or you should be looking for somebody that you can help build. Y'all can build together instead of expecting somebody that already has their shit together and you just build on that. And I feel like I don't see that type of pressure on other women. I feel like it's common knowledge, like in other cultures or other races, where if they say, hey, I don't want to deal with somebody that doesn't have a job. I don't want to deal with somebody that doesn't have a car. I don't want to deal with somebody that, doesn't come from a good family background or something like that. I feel like they don't have the same type of scrutiny that we get, and I could be wrong about that, but it's just in my experience and from like the things that I see in the conversations that I had. I feel
Mm.
like it kind of, not that it only happens, but it happens more often with Black women, and it could be that because a lot of our men are in the position that they're not able to, or they're in jail, or whatever the statistics are for Black people, Black men. I feel like that has a lot to do with why a lot of times we hear our men say, well, you shouldn't be looking for a dude that has money, or your expectations are too high, basically.
Okay, so here's my thing. I feel like they willing to take care of other cultures, but they don't want to take care of us Black women. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's the stigma that Latinas are raised to take care of their man. You know what I'm saying? They teach them how to cook. Their family is tight knit, and usually the woman is home cooking and taking care of the house, and when the husband or boyfriend or whatever comes home, dinner's ready, they all sit down as a family and they eat. So I don't know if that has a play in it, but the thing is, unfortunately our culture, we that's not norm for us no more. You know what I'm saying? It seems like norm for us is more single parenting, a lot of co-parenting now, 2020, et cetera, et cetera. But
Right.
I just feel like they don't look at us and say, oh, I want to take care of this beautiful Black woman. Like they look at us and say, oh, what does she got? What is she gonna bring to the table? How can she not upgrade him, but what can she keep up with me? Like I'm here, is she here with me, or is she below me? Like what can she bring to the table to make me say, oh, I want to build with this woman, or whatever. It's like we always gotta have we gotta have something. We gotta have a
Right.
bag. We gotta have a career. We gotta have everything for this man to accept us. And there's other women out there that don't do half of what we do, and it's okay with them. It's okay. It's okay if they just keep pushing out babies and staying home and raising their kids. And please, ladies, do not take that as a dig. What I'm saying is, there's men out there who accept that in other cultures, but they don't accept that from us. They expect us to go push these kids out, and 2 days later they want us back at work. They want us back at work and making the bread too. So it's like, what do you do? It's like, what do you do? And then what if it is a rich man? What like Nicole? Let's just say you hit lottery right now. Let's say you hit the lottery. Are you going to try to upgrade your dating radar? Are you going to like look for upper echelon with somebody who has the same amount of money as you, or are you going to kind of date like you date now?
I think that's a good question because a lot of times I think, in my opinion, is there's a huge difference between like when you're dating and when you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're dating, I feel like you don't okay, I feel like when you're dating you have your standards, right?
Right.
And a lot of time, or your requirements, or whatever you want to call it. And in the dating phase, if a person doesn't meet those, it's okay. Like you're still doing your selection part, you know what I mean? But like if you're in a relationship with somebody and let's say they came in with this and this, and then somehow they lost it, you're not just going to leave that person just because they lost it, you know what I mean? So when you're in a relationship, there are sacrifices you have to make when situations change. And then you can say, okay, well, yeah, I've been with this person and I know that they're good.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when I was down, they was there for me. And yeah, of course, I'm going to stick by them when they don't have, because, whatever the case may be. When I'm just meeting somebody, I don't have that love and stuff for them yet. I'm just meeting you. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a job, I don't have no attachment to you yet. So I don't see the point of me like trying to say, oh well, this person may have potential and they may be good. And I don't know that about you yet. It doesn't really matter to me. I can check things off the list because I'm not in a relationship with you yet. You know what I mean? So that like back and forth is not really there with me yet. So I just think that, like, let's say on the playing field that I am now, and like the question you asked, like I come into some money. The men that I would start to date, I don't want to date nobody broke.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not saying the person has to be rich, but I definitely don't want to deal with somebody that don't have like the basics. And like I look at things from my perspective of being like a 40-something-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
If you are also 40-something, there's certain things that you should have. Like I shouldn't have to look past the fact that you don't have a job at 40.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean like you just lost it. I mean like you ain't been working. You know what I mean? Because things happen. Shit, I'm unemployed right now. So I don't mean like, I mean, you today and you don't have a job. I mean, we having conversations and you telling me you ain't have a job in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's a problem for me. I'm sorry. I don't care how handsome you
are. I'm
self-employed.
I've been self-employed for 2 years. Like, I mean, but that's cool if it's paying rent and putting food on your table and all that good stuff. But for me, if I like hit lottery or whatever, and I came into some money, I'm going to be the same old Jackie. But I'm not going to say I'm going to date up. But I know I will be in certain atmospheres where I had the potential to meet men on my same what do you call it? Bracket. There you go. Because I might go to fancier places to eat, different places to shop or whatever. But yeah, listen. If I hit the lottery, somebody better get me before I hit this lottery. Because if we rocking and I hit this lottery, we to the moon, baby. We are to the moon.
Right. See, I've always been of the belief that you should date for the most part, like 9 times out of 10, maybe, 8 times out of 10, you should date like in your bracket. Of course, there are going to be times where you meet that special person, and either they make way more or they make way less. But I feel like women, especially nowadays, like we're just doing so much more than we were 20, 40, 50 years ago. And I think a lot of people are trying to ignore that, but I don't think you can continue to ignore that, especially when it comes to relationships and dating, because it affects our dating prospects. It affects the dating, just how everything goes, because women are requiring more, you know what I mean? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like if I come to the table with all of
Uh-huh.
this, you should have all of that too, and you should be adding to it.
That's
You should
true.
be adding to it. Like I don't see anything wrong with thinking that, feeling that. You should be adding to or enhancing what I already have,
Hold
because
on.
otherwise, what's the purpose? What's the
Hold
purpose of having you around?
hold on. You can't see no comments, but hold on, I'm looking at my screen. It's all blocked over here. But Moms, where's it? Moms and Martinis podcast. They finally popped in. She said, "I'm glad I caught you two dope chicks on the live." Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you finally caught us too. And Tex said, "I say date in your mindset." So everybody who's just joining the feed, welcome to Let's Keep It 100 Live. We appreciate you. Share the broadcast, retweet, all that good stuff. Thank you. Um, you know what? I kind of feel what Tech is saying, like dating your mindset. I'm dating how I feel. I'm gonna date
Right.
how I feel. I don't care if he's if he's a board member. I don't care if he's a football coach. My thing is, I go, you know me, Nicole. I go off of energy, baby. I'm going off of
Yeah.
the person's energy, and I feel like both people need to bring something to the relationship. Like, how is this person going to help me grow? How is this person going to add to me, and how am I going to add to that person? And all these additions together, you building, girl. We got building
Right.
blocks. We building blocks, and then we could go to the moon. Look, I sound like Bella. We can go to the moon together, and just keep growing and flourishing and enjoying, life with each other and family and
Right.
stuff. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. One of the things I believe though is that, there are certain things that, maybe I do for myself. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
take myself out to, Ruth Chris, whatever, every Saturday night or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I go out with my girls, like when I go out with my girls, we go to this restaurant and my girls buy me gifts. So my girls, we go on trips together. We do this, we do that. My thing is, if you come into my life and this is the lifestyle that I have,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to keep up with that lifestyle, right? It shouldn't be so that you come into my life, this is the lifestyle that I
Mm-hmm.
have. You can't keep up with that, or that's not the type of lifestyle that you also have.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like you feel like I need to not expect that
Mm-hmm.
anymore, not live like that anymore, or not expect you to kind of come on this ride with me just because you are in my life now. To me, I feel like if I can do it for myself, if this is what me and my girls do, and you can't, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to stop doing this because you are now in my life?
Let me
Because you can't afford it?
let me say this. Let me say this. If you meet somebody, obviously you're gonna have conversations, and later on like we know we instantly ain't gonna be doing this and that and the third for one another financially, like buying
Right.
gifts and doing this and going on trips. You're gonna get to know the person and you're gonna date. Like hell, I don't mind paying for my homie when when we go out. That's my way of showing him like, hey, I appreciate you. I got you. Let me take care of you today. Because he's always taking care of me other days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if I meet somebody, eventually down the road, you're gonna know if that person's on your dollar scale or not, right? So
Right.
let's just say the person ain't there, but you're vibing and you're enjoying it. The relationship is good. You're buying this person whatever name brand stuff, whatever, and then he buys you something. It's not Louis, it's not Gucci, it's not Fendi, but you're on that level where you can buy those upper brands and stuff. He's buying
Right.
you what he can afford without going broke. Like nobody should go broke for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So would you look down on him if he is buying you things, but it's just not higher up in your price level. And don't get it twisted. At some point, Nicole, your ass ain't had no Fendi, Gucci, Louis money. You know what I'm saying? But now you got that money. But so are you too good for what he's able to give you?
I think that at some point, if
Mm,
somebody is not able to keep up with you, it becomes a problem.
mm.
I think at some point it becomes a problem.
How's it a problem?
I'm
It's a
serious because
problem
I
when he
feel
does
like,
nothing. I say it's a problem when he's not doing anything. But if this
agreed.
person is sending flowers, buying little whatnots and sweet, thoughtful gifts and sent whatever he can do in his means, and he's a great person. Why isn't that enough? And then my thing is,
So for you to know that somebody is a great person, you've had time in with that
right.
person, right? I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about dating because I don't know you
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
We getting them blurred, girl. We getting them blurred. We getting them blurred, girl.
Now, listen, when you fall in love with somebody or you at the point where you love or care for somebody, yes, of
Mm-hmm.
course. Oh, a lot of the rules and regulations and standards and whatever, a lot of that sometimes go out the window.
Okay, so let
What
me.
I'm saying is, I'm not just meeting you and
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden we start dating and all of a sudden I have to now either lower my standards or my requirements because you just came into my life. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are asking.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, what do you mean you can't date me just because I don't? But wait a minute, what? I shouldn't even be having this conversation. If we were
Mm-hmm.
dating in our bracket, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. It wouldn't
Okay.
be an issue. It wouldn't be a problem.
All right. Well, Coy said, my thing is, don't expect your mate to do what you can't do for yourself. And Moms and Martinis
Agree.
podcast says, especially for a man, he may feel you're out of his league. So, but my thing is, okay, so we're gonna stick with dating. Like we're getting to know each other, right? So at some
Mm-hmm.
point, as we getting to know each other, you're gonna figure out some way somehow that this person is on a different uh
Yes.
bank level than you. So my thing
Right.
is, when you figure out his bank level and you find like Tom Dick ain't, oh, he's not on the same level as me, right? But you enjoy his company, y'all vibing. What are you gonna do, Nicole? What's the crossroads for you? Like, if you know Tom Dick ain't on your expenditure level, are you gonna just
Right.
say, hey, Tom Dick, let's just keep a friendship and then keep it moving? Or are you gonna go further knowing that he's not on your income bracket? Because
It depends. I have done both.
mm-hmm,
I've done both. It was a time where I dated someone and I knew that they weren't on the same
mm-hmm.
income level, but there were so many other things that I liked about the person that I looked over it.
Listen.
I ended up regretting that
Mm,
because the person, just wasn't there. We
mm.
just were not on the same level, and I ended up regretting that.
Well, I mean, I can do both. I know I can do both. Trust me, I've been doing the latter for a long time. You know what I'm saying. You know my situations and stuff.
Yeah.
I was mainly the breadwinner and stuff like that. So
Right.
I don't mind, especially if the relationship is good and strong. And he's adding to me in different ways, not just financially. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that is important. That is
Mm-hmm.
important because money is not the only thing that brings value.
Mm-mm.
But I think it's different for every person.
Mm.
I think that
I'm going to say money helps because financial matters are one of the biggest strains on relationships and marriages. So, yeah.
correct, correct,
Mm-hmm.
correct, correct, correct. And so those conversations I feel like need to be had. Not in the beginning obviously, but like
Mm-hmm.
early on, because I think and like we always say, you need to be honest with yourself. Like, does it really matter to you that this person is not in the same income bracket? Is that going to be a problem for you down the line,
Mm-hmm.
when you always coming out your pocket to do something? You know what I mean? So
I don't mind, but don't abuse it though. Like, a person can abuse that. Like, if somebody's like, "Oh, I know Jackie got it,"
yeah.
you're starting to get to the point where you're abusing it. So, and I'm gonna notice it, and it's just like, okay, nigga,
I don't know what you think this is.
you gonna hear from me less and less, boo. But yeah. But Tech said, he said, I learned in my days in the game, no one is out your league. Just keep shooting, one will score. And that's true. Look at all these basketball players, football, all these, people in famous people, whether they're movie stars or whatever, whatever. I mean, you see they all dating each other. Everybody done slept with everybody damn near just about or whatever. But what I'm saying is, me, I could just be walking down the street or whatever one day and just so happen to bump into
Yeah.
Amani Shumpert. I'm just throwing, that's the first name that popped in my head with the bod and Anywho's, but what if he was single? And then I could
He
just
is
be my
married,
no.
happily married.
I said if he was single, he could just be walking down. We could just be walking down the street and crossing paths, and I caught his attention, like something about me, my aura, and he was like, "Hey, excuse me, miss. It's something about you. I just have to get to know you." And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just a regular, degular, smuggler chick with this dude who's a superstar NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Shit
Right.
happens. Shit happens. But a lot of these broads put themselves in the situation, in the atmosphere where they can be seen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all.
Yes. And they get taken. They get taken. So what's the
They
problem?
do. And I'm not mad at them. What's up, Noli? What's going on? I'm not mad at it at all. But
So a lot of times when I'm talking about this,
mm-hmm.
I don't, in my mind, I'm not thinking about like that much of a disparity in between. More like, let's say I make 40,000 and I don't know, my husband makes 100,000. That's still different. That's still way different, and most likely he's going to be more responsible monetarily than I am. You know what I'm saying? Because he
Right.
makes more money than me.
Okay. Your friend Wild and all somebody said, "What's up, fuckers?" I don't know if it was Noli or what. Let me see this shit. Listen, I can't. I'm done. Listen.
That
Hey,
sounds like something he would say.
thanks for watching. Hey. But you know what?
Hi,
So
Hendrix. How are you?
I was listening to you and BJ's recording, and
Mm-hmm.
something that stuck out to me was when you guys were talking about like you had mentioned, why date if you're not financially in a good place
Mm-hmm.
financially. Let's just say you
Right.
unemployed or whatever. Something's going on
Right.
is causing you to be strapped or whatever. So you said you wouldn't date. You wouldn't date. Okay.
Nope.
So yeah, I mean, but honestly, who would want to be in the mood to date and be around other people if you can't take care of yourself? And I'm
That's
okay.
all I was saying. That's literally all I was saying. I don't see how your mind could be
Yeah.
on going out, dating, doing
Mm-hmm.
shit if you don't even if you
True.
don't have it to I don't get it. I'm sorry.
You
I
ain't
just
got
can't,
two
my
nickels
mentality
to
is
rub
different.
together. And then, like, say if it's a guy, he meets a lady or whatever. And then I'm gonna stay positive. Let's just stay positive. Let's stay positive. We positive tonight. We positive. So listen, me personally, I just keep to myself. If I'm in a place
Yeah.
financially where I can tell where I just don't want to be bothered with nobody, because I'm just not the type of person who goes out and I don't have no cash or nothing on me. You,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if somebody's taking me
Right.
out and okay, he asked me out and I'm thinking he's gonna pay. I still need to have some coin in my pocket because you never know what's gonna go
Exactly.
down. So
Exactly.
my thing is like and then I'm going here because I'm going to bring it to the dating while under construction. I thought that was like the dopest twist. You know what I'm saying? To the whole podcast, and it's like it's a lot of people who are out there dating while under construction.
Right. And one of the things that I wish I would have went into more when we were talking about it. I
Mm.
didn't just mean I don't think that dating under construction was only for like financial. Like if
No,
you
I
don't
mean
have a
like
job or
I'm talking
something like
about
that.
financial,
Yeah.
mental.
So
Yeah.
mentally, emotionally, even physically, if you are still working on things, if you're still under construction, you're not even right with yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So why should another person be right with you?
Mm-hmm. You got to
That's
be.
that's the point that I was making. And I just feel like what's your priority here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that BJ said was everybody, needs love and needs that companionship.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you are going through something, you do need a shoulder to cry on, company, somebody to be there. I agree with all of that.
I hear
To
you.
me, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But to try to be in a relationship, no, I don't. To
Mm-hmm.
me, I don't think that that's fair to the person. I
No.
just don't. I just feel like you need to be working on yourself. You need to get yourself to the point where you at least feel good about yourself.
Yep.
This is where I want to be in life. I'm happy right here. I'm working on, giving myself
Mm-hmm.
more. I feel good mentally. I don't have no baggage up in. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's healthy or even fair to date while you're under
It's
construction.
not fair to you or the other person, because like the person who's under construction, like what happens when that person's done, when the construction is complete? It's a 50-50 chance this person is like, we thank you, hasta
Right,
luego, and he's gonna go start
right.
a whole new relationship with somebody else while you was there for him while he was under construction, and vice versa, or you was there for her while she was under construction. So, and then
Right.
my thing is, you don't like the person you dating while they're under construction might not be the same person once the construction is complete. So it's like you're looking at this. Who this nigga? I'm like,
Right.
yeah. So it's a catch-22 all over the place. We all want companionship, and we all need love. We get it,
Yeah.
and we all go through hard times financially and all that stuff.
Right.
But it goes back to that accountability. Somebody got to be accountable in these relationships. Like, hey, and to me, I feel like it's all about honesty. If somebody's saying, "Hey, I'm really not in a place where I'm ready to date at this time," you was very upfront with this person, but this person is very persistent to say, "I understand that you're not, but it's something about you, but I want to get to know you and we can be friends." Hey, it's right that once you
I
go
mean, you
there,
can say no. You can say no, can't
you
you?
yeah
Like you
you can
don't
say
have
no.
to.
You can say no, but that person better not come back and say, "Oh, this." But no, he was very clear, or she was very clear that they're under construction, and they warned you, and you still chose to look past the warning label. A lot of us do that. A lot of us rip that warning label off and be like, "What? What? I don't remember that shit." But look, Hendrix said, he said, "That's why I've remained single all my life. I don't meet the financial requirements." Okay, okay, Hendrix. Okay, sure.
So nobody in your same income bracket. You,
I don't pay Noli
we
no
I need a, we
mind.
need a little bit more. We need a little bit more from that statement.
I feel like
Um,
he said, and then you end up with a podcast. I'm done.
Hendrix, you can't tell me that there's not somebody in your same income bracket or close to your income bracket that you can date and be compatible with. I
Mm,
refuse to believe that.
yeah, well, I don't know.
But yeah, if you guys haven't hit that, it was a really good conversation.
Yeah.
So please go back and check that out. Change the subject
Mm-hmm.
is the name of the podcast with myself and well, BJ had me on as a guest,
Yeah. And
and
what
that's
was the name
called
of that
Love and
episode
Poverty Don't
again?
Mix. Huh?
What was the name of that episode again?
Love and Poverty Don't
Don't
Mix.
mix. When I tell you that title sent me over here. But no, yeah, that was a good. I like that topic. That was a good topic. Before we get to
Yeah.
the next topic, is anybody in the feed? Do y'all have anything y'all want us to dive in real quick before we go into our next topic, or you got any comments about what we just talked about? Coy said he married up. I know that's right, Coy. You better listen. We're gonna meet Mrs. Tech one day. One day.
One day.
Yeah, because I feel like Mrs. Tech is holding Tech down, and I feel like Mrs. Tech is a very strong, secure woman, and knows
Right.
that she's a good wife, and she's not worried about nothing with Tech. And obviously
Right.
Tech is a great, dedicated man to his loving wife. There you go. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Y'all give me hope.
Tech, if you feel like giving us a little bit of insight to the dynamics, like how do the dynamics work in your relationship if
Mm-hmm.
she makes more money than you or whatever the case may be? What do you feel like you bring to the table that's just as valuable?
Yeah, 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 and like you said, it ain't all about the dollar bill, because okay, so like for me, let's just say somebody I'm dating, he said her spoiled ass. Let's say somebody I'm dating makes more money than me, right? But I make pretty decent money, with in my career. And then, but my thing is, I can add to it and either equate what he's bringing in or then some because of all the other attributes that I can bring to that relationship. Like I'm very business savvy. You know what I'm saying? It's and just I'm loving. I know I'm a little silly ass jokester, but I'm very loving. I'm very dedicated. I'm very loyal. I'm very honest. So those are great attributes. If anybody who knows me knows me, yeah, I mean, listen, if you know me, you blessed.
Okay.
You're blessed. So Coy said he's the breadwinner.
Okay.
He's the
Oh, but
breadwinner.
what did you mean by you? Okay, so when you responded that you're dating up, what did you mean by that?
Yeah. How's I mean, I think maybe her personality is to the moon.
Yeah, I'd like to know what he meant by that because what people bring to the
I
relationship is not always monetary.
I feel like because a lot of women, not black women. I'm just gonna say women in general. We a lot of us ain't secure. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I just feel like she's just a strong woman. I just feel like she's a good, strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
She does. He says she does have her own career, and I feel like Mrs. Tech lets Tech have his time, and she has her time, and they have their time together. Like everything ain't Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
Tech. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they have a good balance in their relationship. Says she is a better damn person. He ain't shit. Thank you for admitting that. Admitting it is half the battle.
That's half the damn battle.
Okay.
Jackie.
Hey, who's okay? Hey, Steph. Hey, Steph Martin. Stephen Martin too. Thank you for joining. How you doing? It's hard to see those little teeny letters on this.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm telling my age. I got glasses on. But now let's go on and roll over to the next topic. So, next topic we're gonna call it "What Happened to Women and Children First." So, Nicole came up with this dope title, and we was chopping it up, and I was like. I was in a mood and I was on Twitter and I was scrolling and I kept seeing these posts where there were women out there just being attacked for no reason and people are just literally standing there watching the woman get hit, beat, recording it, laughing. Nobody's doing nothing. And I was just I don't know if I was more pissed because people posting it who didn't do nothing or because of the woman got hit. You know what I'm saying? It's probably about equal. But
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is, what happened? Like, what happened to it was okay just to sit there and beat on a woman? And most of these videos I'm seeing, these women ain't doing nothing that will cause them to put bodily harm on them. But what happened to where nobody's protecting the women and children anymore? Y'all are literally out here watching these women get food thrown on them, kicked in the face, stomped down, totally disrespected, and you're laughing and you're recording it. Then your dumbasses are posting it on social media just to get 1,000 retweets or whatever. What happened? And what's the point? Like if you're not recording it for police records so that person can press charges and have a witness, what's the point? What's the point? And I'm tired of it.
I've seen a few videos actually this week where it was that type of scenario where a woman was being you know either disrespected verbally or physically in some type of way. And it was the same type of scenario. It was just, people were either laughing or egging the person on or watching it but not doing anything or saying anything in her defense. Um, and one of the videos that I saw a while back, I think you and I discussed this one, Jackie. It was a girl and a guy walking. And they were walking, and a group of people were walking towards them. As the group of people passed them by, one of the guys, so they separated because people started to walk in between them. And one of the guys that passed them by grabbed the girl's butt.
And, she turned around, she looked at him, and some words may have been exchanged. And then he just kind of kept walking. The guy that she was with, he looked back because of the way she reacted, but he didn't say anything to the guy. He didn't do anything. No altercation, nothing like that happened. And I'm not saying that an altercation should have happened. I'm saying in that instance, nobody stuck up for that girl. She didn't stick up for herself. The person that she was with didn't stick up for her, and nobody in the crowd, the group that was walking with the guy, stuck up for her. And more and more and more and more, I'm seeing that. Whereas, like, a woman is just kind of out here on her own, and she's left to either defend herself or just kind of ignore, the abuse or the whatever it is that happened. In that post that I'm talking about, if you look under the comments, which is something that really, really bothered me, a lot of the guys were saying, oh, well, women wanted to be equal. So, this is what it is. She should have fought back, or, maybe he wasn't with her. So, it's not his place or whatever to stick up for her or fight for her. Some people were saying if he did stick up or say something, the guy it would have been an altercation. He could have died behind it, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So I feel like now that women are saying, we are equal to y'all, you know what I mean? We should have the same rights as y'all, the same opportunities. You are no better than me in any way. I feel like somehow that has translated to we don't need protection anymore because we just don't need protection anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we're kind of on our own because supposedly we're equal, right? So if we're equal, I guess to them that means that
I don't need no man. I don't need no
exactly.
man.
So we can also stand up for ourselves. That's the idea that I got from reading the comments under that post.
We still need to be protected, guys. Listen, we still need to be protected. But excuse me. Koi did say she adds softness that I don't have. So that's like their balance. So I thought that was sweet. Noli said men can't fight anymore. To break up the altercation would probably lead to them losing the fight. And he said he never looks at the comments. So
It's always a war zone in the comments. But what he said is what a lot of people were saying. Like, it's not worth it to them, even if it's a friend of theirs. It's not worth it to them to get in, to stick up for her, stand up for her, or defend her in any way, because now the heat is on them, and it could be the loss of their life for all they know.
I mean, like, if a guy did that to me and caught me off guard and grabbed my butt or stuck his finger or whatever, I would be like, hey, don't do that, And then if he comes back and with some shit, I'm gonna walk away. Of course, I'm not getting into no damn altercation with no man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I want to make it known, because if we don't say anything, these motherfuckers are gonna keep thinking it's okay to do this stuff, and it's not okay. And then maybe the guy that was with the girl was just a friend, like they were just buddies. And like Noel said, ain't nobody trying to get into that, because nobody wants to lose their life, for one. Nobody really wants to lose a fight either. So with that being said, if you don't want the altercation, why are you recording it? I get it. 15 minutes of fame to post, but the same amount of time you're holding the phone to record this, why you just can't go 911 and have somebody come out to, if you're not going to protect her, call somebody that will protect her. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I just feel like, why are you recording? Call 911 and get this.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would feel some type of way if that happened to me and I was with a guy and he didn't stick up for me, because to be honest with you, like, I feel like if she had girlfriends with her, they would have done more for her than that guy did.
I fought men
like
before.
Her girlfriends would have stuck up for her more than, what you say?
I have fought men before. I have. Because of my homegirls.
I feel like her girlfriends would have stuck up for her more than that guy did. And like I was saying, I would feel some type of way if I'm with somebody and he doesn't feel the need to like protect me, or at least say something, at least stick up for me in some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, if I can't do it, first of all, I'm gonna be the first one to say something. You're gonna know that something happened because I'm gonna say something. And if you are not able to, like, I don't know, like stick up for me or defend me or something. Like I just don't see how I could continue to like. Of course, I don't want you to lose your life behind anything.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I feel like the dynamics is going to really change if we're in a situation where somebody violates me in some type of way and you don't do anything about it. I don't feel like I could like look at that person the same. I really don't.
I told you what my dumbass ex did. It was like two occasions, and guy like touched me or did something, whatever, bumped me or whatever.
Yeah.
Not in a rude way. He touched me in a, and
Yeah.
and I looked at him like, you gonna say something? That motherfucker
Right.
told me, handle your business. He told me to handle my business. And basically, if I didn't handle it, that means I enjoyed it. Like, I wanted that unwanted touch from that person. And I'm like, well, if I say something to this guy and this guy claps back at me, then what?
Right.
This motherfucker, man, he might just all of a sudden want to throw a drink on me and slap me in my face. Well, that could have been
Right.
avoided because you was right there to check him right there for me. And I'm like, but in his mind, that's a test to see if you're that type of woman who enjoys that type of attention or whatever. No, I don't enjoy no man touching me that ain't don't have permission to touch me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy that he felt like that.
Listen, let me read these comments real quick. Tex said, not many dudes are cut in a way that he willing to go all the way there. And then Noli said they made these new ones different. And then Tex said, and he is an ex, right? Yes, the nigga's an ex now. Man, you know how you just notice stuff after the fact? It was all the signs was there, but I was like, they're gonna go away once we get married. And it didn't go away, it just got buried. And honestly, I should have never married that guy.
Hindsight is 2020.
But you live and learn, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the worst heartbreak I ever had in my whole entire almost 46 years on this planet. And I don't want to experience that no more. I don't wish that shit on my enemy, man. I feel like people ain't as strong as me can handle it. Because I almost lost it. You know what I'm saying? Completely. Took me 5 years to get my damn life back. I'm still here. Y'all know that's my motto, shit. But now, what do you think we can do, or is there anything we can do to kind of rectify the situation without altercations? You know what I'm saying? Like a little, hey, that's disrespectful, and turn around and keep walking, or you right, because you really can't say nothing to some people no more. It's like you say one thing, they go from A to Z, and then you got to worry about your life.
It's very true. It's very true. I guess I have just taken that risk because I would say something. You know what I mean? Thank God nothing like that has ever happened to me where I've had to like eat my words or anything like that. But if a person feels like they could do that to you to begin with, there probably is going to be some type of altercation. You know what I mean? Because that person has no regard for like your personal space, respect, anything. So if a person is so bold as to like grab your ass like in broad daylight, you know what I mean, in front of somebody that they don't know whether that was your man or not, you know what I mean, they just did it, they didn't care.
They didn't care.
That type of situation, I'm sure there's gonna be some type of altercation. I don't know that there's anything that you can do.
Hold on. Tex said, most cases you step to them like a man, they bow down, dudes. They know whose chicks to try. That's true. And then Knowles called you OJ Banks. I'm dead.
I'm definitely not trying to be. My mouth has gotten me in situations a lot. Just because I do have the attitude, like, I'm just not going to be disrespected. You know what I mean? I just can't. It's hard for me to, like, just let a lot of things slide.
I ever
And
want to
then
be nowhere
sometimes with these young,
where you go off. Like if you go off, I'm gonna go off with you. Please know that because you're my girl. But I'm kind of scared. Like, what are we gonna be getting into for Nicole to go off? It takes a lot for you to go off,
it
Nicole.
does, it does. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be a serious
Mm-hmm.
violation, and I just feel like it's warranted at that point. Like, whatever happens to me is warranted at that point because you just totally
Mm-hmm.
disrespected.
I was like,
But
buck if you buck.
I think more often than not it happens like when you're by yourself
Mm-hmm.
because I don't really see a guy being too disrespectful to a woman like that if she's with another man. It probably is just gonna be words, you know what I mean, and probably won't go past that. Of the times where I was like heavily violated, I was by myself. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
had guys like throw bottles and shit at me, you know what I mean? Because they said something disrespectful to me, or maybe they was trying to holler and I didn't want to holler, and
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. But it's normally like when you're by yourself and people just feel like they can take it there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah.
we on our own. I feel like we on our own. We don't really
Shit.
have protection and shit like we used to.
You
I feel like we
right.
on our own out here.
And Tex said, don't let disrespect pass. Okay, so I agree with you, Tech, but sometimes you gotta let it pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be that chick that gotta always have the last word,
Mm-hmm.
that gotta always respond. At some point, I had to grow up and be like, you can have it. I don't
Yeah.
need this last word, and I'm not going to keep engaging with somebody who just don't get it. And
Right.
trust me, there's been plenty of people out here that has disrespected me in the last 2 to 3 years. And yeah, in the beginning it's like back and forth, but now it's just like, girl, you can keep doing what you're doing. We good. I ain't gonna engage with you no more, man. It's okay because I feel like you just doing it to make yourself feel good and look better. Just shitting on anybody. And I ain't even just talking about me. People just like to shit on people to make themselves look better and feel better. So y'all can
Right.
have it. So that's all
I
I got.
feel you on that. Yeah, we just on our own.
Yeah.
That's my final thought on that one.
Okay,
We
we
are
on our own.
on
Shit.
our own out here.
All right, we a little bit over an hour, so we're gonna go ahead on and tie this up in a cute little bow and do our what is it? It's not a question of the week. We don't have a question of the week this week,
I
but
couldn't think of anything. I could not think of a question of the week. So I came up with just a really quick I don't want to say verses because it's not that, but
nah.
anyway, so one hit wonder. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do our favorite, three of our favorite one hit wonders, and if you
Yeah.
guys have any that you would like to suggest, let
Throw it
us
in the
know.
feed.
Yeah, for real. Throw it in the comments. Your favorite one hit wonder. So Jackie, I'm just gonna play my three, and then you can follow up with however many you have. I'm just gonna play a minute and
Oh, I
30.
wasn't even gonna play him. I was just gonna say mine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
I didn't know. I
see,
thought we were just gonna say it, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's cool. I
I'll
can
get
play
right.
it for
I'll
you
get right.
actually. Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to, I could just play it for you. All right. So my first
Oh yeah,
one,
you can play mine for me. That'll work. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this little tune, but it was by a group called I think it was a group called D-Light, and the song is called "Groovers in the Heart."
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah.
was my
That was
hit.
your shit.
I
Definitely.
love this song, and I never heard anything from them after this. Can y'all hear it? They had the what was it? It was like a 1970s inspired
It was like
video.
a '70s groove type thing. Yeah.
They had on bell bottoms and all
Yeah.
that. It was like lava lamps and shit.
All that shit. They really had the '70s vibe going on.
I don't know what she was saying right
Me
there.
neither.
All right, that's my first one. That was
That's a
my
good one. Definitely
song.
one
You
hit,
hear
girl.
me?
She's definitely
Yeah,
one
that
hit.
was my shit. All right, my second one now. Y'all gotta know this one. Y'all absolutely have to know this one.
Telling all our ages, you know what I'm saying?
I think this was like 2003. No. It was before that.
What was that movie the song was in with B2K and Marcus Houston? You
Was
got
it they were
served.
dancing?
You got
Oh
served.
yeah.
You got served.
Now Joe has had other songs and he's had a pretty good like mixtape career.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't had anything like the level of success of this song. I hate that I can't see the comments.
Hey yo, he just said you would not disrespect Button like that.
He is a one hit wonder. I'm sorry, he only had one hit. And I'm a Joe Button fan. That was not shade. He's only had one hit. He's had plenty of other mixtape songs, but a hit? No.
I can't. I'm so weak right now.
No. And then my last one.
That's the only Joe song I know, for real.
And if you ask a lot of people, that's the only song they're gonna be able to tell you.
I'm not a mixtape girl, by the way, so I don't know none of the underground mixtape stuff. So
hold on. So this one was a huge hit, and we never heard from this guy again. And actually, his story is pretty sad when I went to look it up. Damn, where is he at? Hold on. Let me find it. Where can I find it?
he's like, you not gonna disrespect Joe like that.
I like Joe. What are you talking about?
She is a
big
huge Joe
fan.
Budden fan, for real, Hendrix. She really
He
is.
knows that. I don't know why he's saying that. He should know that. All right, here we go. Now this was like 2004.
Okay.
Know this one?
Yeah, whatever. What did happen to that guy?
This was my shit. That was my shit. This was 2004. That was a good ass year. His story was really sad. He had like some type of mental stuff going on, and he ended up like injuring himself. Like I think he stabbed himself in the eye or some crazy. It was It's like it's real sad. It's real sad. So he never came back.
Damn, girl.
Mm-hmm. All right, what you got, Jackie?
All right, so my first one. This is, I don't care how old or young you are. I feel like you know this. My kids know this. Okay. Somebody, yeah, my church fan. I broke out my church fan. Yes, you know, a little warm. But Johnny Kemp
just got paid. Friday night.
Just got paid. I'm gonna let you find that song real quick. Everybody knows that song. It never gets tired. R.I.P. to Johnny, and he ain't have to come out with nothing in his life. The song have been in commercials, movies. I hope he has some kind of rights to that song because he was getting paid every time.
That song still. I know we old, but to me, this song still hits.
This is one of the songs when you at the club and you trying to get people on the dance floor and ain't nobody on the dance floor yet. Play that song.
Hey. What's the name played this other night, didn't he?
Who?
Not the other night, but you know when he was doing his verses. Teddy Riley. Didn't he play this?
He sure did. He sure did. You're right. Just got paid Friday night.
You sure didn't have another song?
No. No.
All right, rest in peace, Johnny Camp.
Shout out to him. Okay, so my next song. I love this song. I don't give a damn. Crystal Waters.
Ooh, which one?
Gypsy Woman. I don't care. That
they don't
shit,
know nothing about that.
Y'all don't know nothing about no Crystal Waters and Gypsy Woman. That shit got it popping back in what, 1992, I think it was.
They don't know about that, Jackie. They don't know about that one.
That was my shit.
Stay with me, but she's homeless. She's homeless.
Oh, that was shit.
Who sampled this? Oh, T.I.
Oh yeah, how you gonna do me like that?
Yeah.
Tex said stop calling ourselves old.
We are. Can't keep denying it. Hey.
My shit.
Just to do a hand now. This song is so random. Without her makeup, she's never the makeup. She has a really good unsung.
I haven't seen it.
It's good. It's really good.
Look at. Hendrix said that's the late night club music infomercial.
Not infomercial.
Infomercial song.
Yeah, but there was a time where like club music was pretty big.
Yeah,
it was pretty big. It's more like underground now, but it was pretty big at one point.
Tex said, what does that make him? He said he not going to own it. You ain't got to own it, baby. Okay, so my final one, I winged this one. This just like randomly popped up in my head because honestly, I don't know if people know the background for this group. Their album dropped. They was already broken up. They never really toured or anything. They only dropped one video. Jade, Don't Walk Away.
Oh, that is my shit. What?
I don't know. I don't even know if people know that background. That group had broke up before the album even dropped.
I did not know that. Are you serious?
Yeah. I think it was like a lot of jealousy and stuff, but you know how that industry shit is, so.
Yeah.
And that's why we never got another video, and that's why I think they did do another single, but we never saw a video. It barely got airplay, you know.
I sing this song to this day.
That's my shit, yeah. Remember with the cutoff sweatshirt?
Yes. Oh, this is my song. Y'all don't know nothing about this either.
They definitely don't know about this song. This is 90s, baby. Like, you don't know this song. You don't know.
Hey, I think all this love
waiting just for you. I just gotta know
that your love is true.
keep running for
Living out my life.
wanna be your girl, not
Cause the mood is fine. Hey. I'll be right there for you.
Yes, that was the shit.
You know what's funny? funny. Like I listen to stuff now, and how your parents be like, "Oh, we just keep saying that. Like, you don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about." That. I say that to my kids all the time, and they be like, "What are you talking about? Like, this is what you listen to. Of course, we know that song."
Oh, that is too funny. I swear to goodness. But nah, girl, yeah, that's what I came up with the one hit wonders. There's so many out there, but those are
I
the
love
ones.
that. I'm actually gonna put together a playlist. I think that'll be kind of different.
I like the
Playlist.
playlist
It's
you put
like,
together for
yeah.
Let's Keep It 100. So if they don't see the visuals, they can still get the feel for it because
Yeah, I'm actually I'll work on that tomorrow. I'll put out the playlist for because it's on Tidal, but a lot of people don't have Tidal. I realized that
right.
after I started doing it. So I'll put it on Spotify, and that's for the verses that we did the other day.
The only reason why I got rid
Um,
of Tidal because they kept double billing me, and I said, "F y'all, I can't do it."
really?
Yep.
I had Tidal for a while, and then I switched over to Spotify. And they're doing like a $4 for 3 months or something like that. So I was like, well, let me.
Okay.
And a lot of things that weren't available before are available now on Tidal.
Okay.
So that's another reason why I wanted to just try it out.
That's what's up. I like it though because you get the videos and all that shit, but
yeah.
Nah, y'all ain't gonna keep double billing me.
I like Tidal and Spotify for like different reasons. I don't really want to pay for both though, so I don't know. I'm gonna make a decision in a few
I
weeks.
feel it, girl. Shit.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was another great episode, fun episode with me and my girl.
We appreciate you guys because this is a live interactive show, and to have you guys chime in and give your thoughts and opinions and just talk to us is amazing. We appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. So don't forget to retweet, share, boom, tell a friend.
Definitely. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And even if you are watching this on a replay, you can still interact with us. You can go on Twitter and live tweet or, leave some comments in YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and leave comments and, let us know what you think about any topic that we talked about tonight. Absolutely. If you have suggestions for topics that you would like us to talk about, as always, we're open to it. Make sure to share the broadcast and thank you.
Y'all,
for tuning in.
If y'all have a topic, let us know. Let us know. Because, me and Nicole, we have our topics ready to talk about. But if there's something else you guys really want to, get off your chest or get our opinion on, hit us up. And we got you. There you go.
For sure.
Lakito.
All right, y'all. Well, until 2 weeks.
Lakito, you just popped in. We're leaving, but catch the replay.
Oh, hey, Lakito.
We missed you. All right, guys. We're going to see you live streaming here in 2 weeks. If you're on Instagram, you might see our beautiful faces next week popping up on a Corona,
Yeah.
a Corona, Let's Keep It 100 Instagram live.
Right.
A list of my two favorite ladies. Oh. Are we the two favorite ladies? Don't make me blush. Don't do that. But anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
All right. Peace.
Oh.